Depression can be a byproduct of mental illness. And because of mental instability, close to 500,000 people visited a hospital due to self-injury harm in 2014, according to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention. Females attempt suicide 3 times more than males. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for people aged 15 to 24. More than 90% of children who die by suicide have had a mental illness condition. And that's why the National Alliance of Mental Illness puts on seminars like the recent one at Spackenkill High School to teach students and peers what to look for and what to do if they see the signs of suicide or mental illness.
We have seen way too many suicides, heroin overdoses, in our counties, and we thought, what, peers help peers. They may not listen to the adults, but they're going to listen to the kids. And what we're finding is that kids want to help their peers, but they don't know how to.
From a very young age, I was very sensitive, and we thought it was because I was born premature, but as my illness progressed, it just completely began to make me decompensate physically, mentally. I wasn't taking care of myself. I literally wouldn't even shower, I wouldn't eat. I thought I'd even developed Lyme's disease at one point because I slept so much that I couldn't even get up past 5 o'clock.
What kind of courage does it take for you to get up and be so personal about your story?
Well, besides my major being I want to be a psychologist, I majored in photojournalism, and I've always been a writer since a very young age. So I feel that when I tell my story, it's almost like in a poetic sense. I just want to make it better for the next person because no one deserves to struggle, and they don't have to go through what I went through.
Spackenkill sophomores Isabel Hammond and Tyler Brooks thought the message was important enough to coordinate this event.
I've always been very passionate about mental health. It's very close to my heart. I've had a lot of experience with people I know with mental illness. So I guess I've just always cared about it very much. And so NAMI really focuses on ending the stigma surrounding mental illness so people are more comfortable. They are aware of the signs of mental illness and how they can get help for themselves and their friends who are suffering from mental illness. I think it's incredibly important, especially right now in adolescence. High school and middle school can be especially hard with self-confidence and a lot of things that can lead to mental illnesses.
I personally don't have a mental illness, but I know many people that do, and I feel that it's very important for them to know the information they need to know, and also for them to know that there is help out there and to allow them to get that help.
Dutchess County is very progressive in that. Marcus Molinaro has made huge strides in, for a stabilization center for people that have emotional issues. If they are picked up by the police, enforcement, they can go to that center and get assessed. We see programs that he's supporting it, such as the crisis intervention training for police officers too. NAMI's very passionate about that. We're involved in that training. So I consider ourselves lucky in Dutchess County in the sense that, we have people like Senator Serino, again, such mental health advocates.
I think it's really important, Charlie. I was able to come here today and share my story with the students. My brother died by suicide 5.5 years ago. And I also told a story of someone that I knew when I was young that reached out. His mom saw him upset. He wanted to commit suicide. She was able to get him the help at the time, and later on he went on to succeed and have a very successful life. And sometimes it just takes that person, if they don't keep the silence. And that's what this seminar is about. And Allie's story is amazing, and how I think the kids really relate to her because she is a kid, and they need to hear that. And you have to speak up. It comes hand in hand, mental health and substance abuse, which is so predominant in our area, all across our country, because it's not like fixing a broken arm when you have your mind broken.
Our culture talks a lot about physical hygiene, but we don't talk about emotional hygiene, and I think we really need to address that in this country. People wait 10 years before they get help. Can you imagine if that's were the statistics for breast cancer or heart condition? Our society would not accept that, and in our society, that's what happens, that we suffer in silence. And so that's why this program, the Ending the Silence, it's just doing that, starting one conversation at a time.